Hello everybody, welcome to a new Let's Play series. My name is JQ. This is the first Mass Effect. This is a sci-fi story action RPG. It's got shooting elements, leveling up your characters, and a very deep story. It's got choices that run the gamut of essentially good or bad. Along with some neutral options, but it's got a very, deep lore and quite a large universe, quite a cast of characters, and I'm really excited to start this series today on the channel with you guys. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've been looking for something to put on the channel that's going to be really that we're just going to really be able to sink our hooks into, just really get involved in and get immersed in. Not only do I want you guys to be engaged as the viewers, but I also want to be engaged in the experience. And I think this is going to be a great choice for the channel because I've actually never beaten the full trilogy before. So I have no idea what the ending of this trilogy looks like. I have played the first two games, but I played as a FemShep. And I think for this Let's Play I'm going to do a male character. And we're going to make him kind of look like our Oblivion character. But essentially, now that the Oblivion series is over, like I'm looking for something deep to, get sunk into and really like immerse myself into. And unfortunately, Oblivion with all the bugs and stuff, that was difficult. But I think this is going to be exactly what I'm looking for. Something deep to get engaged into, a story that I'm really interested to see where it takes us, and to record the next episode. So I'm really excited to begin this game today with you guys.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So we are going to enter a new ID. We're going to create a custom male character, and his name is going to be JQ Shepard.
Please log in to access your profile.
So JQ Shepard, that's going to be our boy here.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
So we've got a couple options for our pre-service history. We have Spacer. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. So, yeah, Spacer. Colonist, you were born and raised on Mindwar, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. So that one could be good too. But I think I'm going to go Earthborn here. You were an orphan raised on the streets of the great metropolises, covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18.
Confirm psychological profile.
So yeah, we're gonna go Earthborn, and then as far as psychological profile, we have a couple different options. We got Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. That's the one that I think I'm gonna probably pick here. Now we have War Hero. Early in your military career, You found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. We also have Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. I'm like in Soul Survivor. Extreme survival. We had to overcome stuff that would have broken most people. And while we survived, everybody else didn't quite make it. And, you know, that hits home. I think that's better than Ruthless. I don't want everybody, you know, I don't want my fellow soldiers wary of me. And War Hero, you risked your life to save your fellow soldiers, defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. That's like, you know, we're going Soul Survivor.
Confirm military specialization.
For military specialization, we have Soldier. Soldiers are combat specialists ideal for the front lines of a firefight. They have improved health, they specialize in the use of all weapon types, and they start with the ability to wear medium armor, and they can train in the use of heavy armor. We also have the Engineer, who are tech specialists. Using their holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. We have Adepts, who are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. So I'm going to do the Soldier. And we get to select a bonus talent: Lift, Throw, or Warp. I'm going to have to go with Warp.
Facial identification.
We are going to change the appearance as well. So we're going to cycle these presets until we find one that I like. I think this is probably going to be the closest one. Excuse me, to what I'm kind of going for here. We're going to change the eye color. Kind of like a dark brown, like that. Scar. Where do we want his scar to be? Or do we even want him to have a scar? I think, yeah, he's gonna have a little scar there across the eyebrow. And we're gonna change up the hairstyle here. So what do we got for hairstyles? Alright, not too many thrilling options. We got kind of like this clean cut, sort of. I don't know, I must admit I'm not quite big fan of most of these options. I think we're gonna have to go with this. Not my favorite, but... And then as far as beard, we want to give Commander Shepard a little facial hair. I think we ought to. I think Commander Shepard would look pretty killer with some facial hair. But what are we gonna go with here? Goatee, is that too much for our Commander Shepard? This is gonna be our guy for a while here, with the handlebar. That's kind of decent. Or we could just go with the classic stubble look. But I think I do like that one too. What if we just go with like a basic mustache? What if we hit him with the mustache, JQ Shepard? Oh my gosh. You can actually set the code, which is really funny, but I'm gonna finalize. I think this is gonna be our Shepard for a while here. Oh, I don't know about this mustache right here. I think I might have to change this. Maybe a light stubble just could be fine. Oops. The pencil then, like the Sarge. I don't like the stubble, and the rest of these mustache options, they're not cutting it for me. They're just not cutting it for me. Oh, we didn't even mess with the hair color. I almost skipped right past that, but that's kind of important to me. We're gonna go with this sort of dark brown here. We're also gonna set our facial hair. To be pretty much the same color. Yeah, the other ones are too dark. So I think it's gonna have to be that. And as far as the beard goes, I'm not really enjoying most of the beard options. What's the Commander Shepard? Does he rock a goatee or what? Or is it just more like this? Or even this? Also kind of like this for some reason. When they show him standing in front of the window, what's he rocking? We're gonna go with the mustache for now.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Yep, that's a handsome-looking soldier there. We're gonna do it. Once you confirm, you'll be unable to change any settings.
Identification confirmed.
Confirm. Boss is scaled up based on the player's level. Some enemies have special protection. I'm just gonna go normal. I don't give. Really don't care. Auto level up. I'm gonna have the squad auto level up. Level scaling. We'll just use legendary mode. I don't know. I don't care. Enable or disable subtitles. Subtitle size is adjustable for all titles in the launcher settings. I'm gonna go subtitles off. Most people do subtitles on, but I'm gonna go with them off. And squad power usage, yeah, I want them to use as much as possible. Auto save. Let's do it.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets. Learned to look out for himself.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling them to travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force to control the very fabric of space and time. They call it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters. Check. Navigation. Check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift. Just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Well, we can go be nice, agree with the guys, you're overreacting, or cut the chatter. I don't know. He's probably right. But he's also overreacting, I think.
You always expect the worst.
Well, bad feelings are an occupational hazard. But we don't go anywhere unless there's a good reason, so... What are we doing here?
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Yes.
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Alright. So we can press the pause button to access the mission computer and view journal and codex entries. So, it says codex entries provide additional but non-essential information about topics of interest in Mass Effect. So I think we are going to take a look at the codex here. I mean, I'm in no rush here. I want to enjoy this game, this series, and the world, and explore, and just sink my teeth in here. I am JQ Shepard, so this is my journey here, and I'm happy to share this with you guys. Let's check our journal and see what we got. Our mission here. Our first mission. It says Prologue on the Normandy. You are Lieutenant Commander Shepard, Executive Officer on the SSV Normandy. And we have an objective to go speak to the Captain in the comm room. We have no assignments. Those are basically our side quests. Replies on the right side of the conversation wheel generally progress you towards the end of a dialogue. We have a codex here, so let's look into it. Humanity and the Systems Alliance. The Alliance is the government and military of humanity beyond Sol. So there's a timeline here. In 2069, the Armstrong outpost at Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna. It is formally founded on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. In 2103, Lowell City in Eos Chasma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. In 2137, the Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. In 2142, construction of Gagarin Station, or Jump Zero, begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. In 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins at Promethei Planum on Mars. In 2149, translation of Prothean data leads humans to the Charon Mass Relay. Systems Alliance founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. A shipping accident in 2151 at Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust-form element 0. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. In 2152, roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after element 0 exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. In 2154, Commander Shepard is born. That's us, baby! So, I wonder how old we are now. 2155, the Systems Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as a headquarters. In 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic abilities. In 2157, the Turians encounter human explorers. First Contact War. Occupation and liberation of the human colony of Shanxi. In 2158, humans learn potential of biotics. An international effort to track element 0 exposures begins. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic ability. And in 2160, the Systems Alliance Parliament formed. Excuse me. 2165, humans establish embassy on the Citadel. 2170, Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Mindwar. 2176, the Skillian Blitz. Pirates and slavers attacked Elysium, the human capital in the Skillian Verge. In 2177, the Thresher Maws devour the Alliance colony of Akuz. In 2178, in retaliation for the Skillian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfin. (2183). We were born in 2154. So 16 years till the 70. Another 10. So 26 plus 3 would make us 29 years old by my estimation. Let's do our personal history summary, background profile for Commander Shepard. You were born on Earth, but you never knew your parents. A child of the streets, you learned to live by your wits and guts, surviving in the hidden underbelly of the megatropolises of humanity's overworld, or homeworld. Humanity's homeworld. Eager to find a better life, you joined the Alliance military when you came of age. You volunteered for an expedition to Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, your patrol found the settlement intact, but no survivors. At nightfall, the Thresher Maws struck, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. Yeah, that is rough. I could see how that broke most people. We also have here some primary entries on the Humanity and the Systems Alliance. The Alliance is the government and military of humanity beyond Sol.
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Very interesting, and I like that we have the little narrator there. So, we also have aliens, council races. These are going to be the 3 most politically important species in the galaxy.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other 2 races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the 2 species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
So, yeah. You can kind of gather that humanity is basically a separate thing from the Council, which are the 3 most politically important species in the galaxy. Humanity is not a part of that council at the moment in this game. We are kind of a separate thing. We met the Turians in war years ago, but now there's kind of like a political understanding, at least between them. We saw a Turian on board earlier. And we can check our squad too. The squad screen lets you view your team's talents. Use up, down, left, right to select a talent or its rank. Press X to spend a talent point to gain a rank in the selected talent. As you gain levels, you will acquire talent points and unlock higher ranks. I'm gonna pump 8 point into assault rifles. Combat armor could be good. All this stuff looks pretty good, doesn't it? Charm and Intimidate. I'm gonna do a point into Charm, a point into Soldier. I just toggled my helmet on and off, but nothing happened, so I must not really have a helmet yet. But I'm gonna go back, and then another thing here is I think I'm gonna actually end the episode here because I don't want to record for too long at the moment. Not quite ready, but this next episode here is we're gonna really dig into the meat of this game. So I don't want this first episode to be too long, and we just covered a lot of ground. We did our character creation, and we've just looked into some of the lore. So I think it's a good place to call the episode and call that part 1 on my Mass Effect 1 Let's Play. We have here our beautiful JQ Shepard. He's going to lead us to victory wherever we go, and success. And yeah, I'm excited to share this journey with you guys. I want to thank you all for watching and supporting me through this. This is awesome. So, and I can tell this is exactly the type of game that I needed on the channel. Just something, the deep story, just really sink myself into, and get in there with you guys. So again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in part 2. JQ out.